Hey guys, new merch up in the store right now. It's the Angry Army Angry Joe shirt this month of June. And then we're going to have a Joe shirt and we're going to have an Alex shirt in the following months. Just another way to directly support our show and an independent artist over there at Rogues Apparel right now. Click the links down below. If you like seeing these type of content, it keeps us going. And yes, so hopefully you enjoy the review. Check it out. Hey guys, we are here to review episode 6, HEROGASM of the Boys. And oh my God, what a crazy episode. There was even a content warning ahead of it.
Yes.
And I gotta say, wow, I did not expect how good this one was. The Boys is running full freaking force. This episode, we get, oh my, I don't know if I should spoil it. Yeah, we're already, kind of in spoilers. HEROGASM was so orgasmic for reasons that I didn't expect. I thought there was going to be a lot of the sex, and that was the whole thing was that's what it was. But honestly, the HEROGASM part is kind of the side part of the disappointing part. This episode has, I didn't expect it, a big confrontation between Butcher, Soldier Boy, and Homelander, and there is payoff there. And we get down and dirty. We get a badass fight. We get more. We get a massive turning point in the Boys series, guys. This has pushed the plot forward so much. And now things are out there. They are exposed. This is the fulcrum point. This is the turning point of the entire series.
Yes.
And it is going to get fucking crazy from here. Did not expect them to do it in this particular way. But while it doesn't follow the comic book's HEROGASM, it ultimately has the same sort of payoff. And I thought really, really well done. And yet another badass episode of The Boys. What did you two think?
I think this is the climax of the series. Huh?
You were saving that one, huh?
I was. No, I'm actually think this is fucking amazing. This is like everything's becoming unraveled. Homelander is just becoming undone. He's like just getting into his own head, thinking he just can't do this. He's breaking apart. And we get like a division of teams with MM and Starlight and Huey and the Butcher. Everything just going crazy, and I fucking love it.
Going to shit.
Yeah, I mean, this was super great. I love the confrontation. Like, we are really pushing forward. What, we're about halfway through. We're more than halfway through but there's only
there's
10?
two episodes left from
two
this
episodes
one.
left. Yeah, so it's like we're really ramping up into what's to come.
My God. Did you expect it to happen right here? Or did you expect them to kind of tease you?
Well, they have to tease. There's two
I knew
episodes
that was going to
left.
kind of happen, him escaping the first time, because it's usually how it goes. It's like he
No, I
gets
mean,
away.
in this episode, you expected a fight between
absolutely.
Homelander and Butcher? Holy shit, not me. Okay, interesting.
Well, I think that they have to set up, like, the final fight. They have to tease something.
Yeah, that the final fight would be at the end. I didn't think that Butcher would,
there was no
would
team
literally
up with,
direct.
Homelander and Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really, exactly, I liked it through and through. I think we've deviated from the comics quite a bit now. HEROGASM, they did this thing in the comic where it's like, okay, there's a big alien invasion. The invasion's coming, in a few days. All the heroes are getting together, or a big amount of the heroes are getting together, and we're going to go fight them. Okay, we'll be back in a few days or weeks. And really, there's just this all-sex, raunchy orgy that they go and throw to relax and blow off steam. And during that, we get a scene with Homelander and Soldier Boy where they do a little bit of ha-ha-ha, and then we got just people having sex all over the place, soups and sex workers and the fucked up shit going on there. And the comic book is essentially softcore porn, which was kind of here as well. But it is the fulcrum point where Homelander realizes at this point, fuck this. I don't need love. I don't need this. I'm going to fucking just take over. I'm going to fucking take over. And so that's kind of the turning point there. And so that's kind of what we get here in a badass scene of him just like losing his shit. Like things are happening. He's losing control. And he goes into his room and he looks into a mirror, and a mirror image of him is talking to him.
Yep.
And it's a mirror image of him that got him through the fucked up childhood that he had. and basically telling him to cut out of him the last bit of humanity, that need for love, that thing that's holding him back from being a complete
You keep
fucking
looking for it,
tyrant
but it never
dictator.
works out. So you
Exactly.
need to stop.
They give him all these fucked up examples. Of course, he fucked up all those examples and did them all, did it all incorrectly.
Self-sabotage.
Exactly, self-sabotaging. And so now he is fucking unhinged. And we get a fight. And I kept saying, like, what the fuck? Go find him. Well, he does show up. And he does find him in this episode. So, my God, there's just so much good here. We get Huey saving Starlight, as he's always wanted to do, but it doesn't result in something good. But I do think that he does ultimately save Starlight. Who knows what that blast from Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy goes to the party. The way they change HEROGASM is it's not like a Vought thing with a superhero orgy. Instead, it is a run by the two TNT twins, who are really just picking up the baton from Soldier Boy, who started it in this universe like 50 years ago as just a way to blow up steam and just have sex and stuff. So it's a little less important in that way. But still gets everybody to come to a central point. So Soldier Boy to kill the twins, Homelander because Deep has done some investigation since he's fired everybody in the department, and him and his wife are running everything and telling him that essentially Soldier Boy's coming to kill you. He's going to be here. We're going to need to cut him off at the pass, and he's coming for you. And then. We even get a little bit of Black Noir in here kind of going rogue. Cuts his arm open, takes out a device. So there's a subplot that's developing there. Yeah. And this is super interesting, and that's definitely going to be in the next 2 episodes because it's like Black Noir is the only one that links, this old team, Soldier Boy, and this new team of the 7. So it's going to be interesting. Is Black Noir really betraying Homelander? Because Homelander feels like he's the only one he can rely on. But it's been very, very clear that Black Noir has been Vought the whole fucking time. It doesn't matter. His loyalties are just Vought. He's like a robot for them. So, momentous, definitely. How did y'all feel about some of the other subplots?
I thought it was done tastefully because we didn't really care about it, but it was still done like, it was just like a little backstory. Like it was done for like 5 minutes. So it was pretty quick. It really focused on the main stuff.
Which one are you talking about?
The Frenchie.
Mm-hmm.
It was done pretty quick. It's like I didn't really care about it, so it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard because we have 2 storylines, and one is absolutely amazing, and the other one is less amazing. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad by any means, but comparatively, it is less important. It's less interesting, and when it feels almost like you're kind of derailing momentum when you go back to something, especially when they're trying to reiterate this point, and it's a reiteration of a point, not a proving of a point that they've nailed this entire season. That the V just makes you more you. The V doesn't turn you into an asshole. You are the asshole, and it just brings it out. And like this is the whole point. We get to this touching moment between Frenchie. And when he's talking, she's like, "Look, I was the monster the whole time." It made me realize it's like, yeah, but you've been driving that point home the whole time. And so this moment, this period could have been done 2 episodes ago, and I think it would have hit harder, and it wouldn't well, not derailed, but like slowed down the amazing scenes that we got before.
So we get Frenchie getting captured, and Nina subplot where she has both Kamiko and Frenchie's ex-girlfriend there. And Frenchie's naked and chained up. There's nothing he could do about it. And Nina is forcing him to fucking kill one of them. It's like, you choose, I'm going to shoot one in the head, and then I'll let you go. And he's like, and I honestly thought, because there was murmurs that one of the boys is not making out, or one of the Soups is not making out of the season or something. So I felt genuine tension here, like, oh, fuck, somebody's going to die. I thought it was either going to be Frenchie or Kamiko. Unfortunately, and so Kamiko, who has no powers, is still able to become that monster and do the brutal things, cutting the fucking guy's neck and just beating people up, even though she gets her ass beat up as well. And by the end of it, it is just a fucking bloody mess. She takes a fucking rebar and just like stabs a dude. And Nina escapes. They look at a gun, but that never results in anything. Nina escapes, and so does the ex-girlfriend of Frenchie. And then they have that scene realizing where she's, I've always been the monster. So maybe she's going to want her powers back, or maybe they realize that Soldier Boy's power removal ability is only temporary. I don't know, what's coming next with that, but we do have a resolution, so to speak, of the Frenchie Nina plot line. We also get a resolution to the A-Train plot line. So he's had a problem with Blue Hawk this whole time, and like I said, this is a culmination of everybody here in one spot. So at one point, Starlight is having a scene with Blue Hawk, and so Blue Hawk's at this party. He's gonna go toss some salads. A-Train is at the fucking party. Huey pops in because he knows that shit is gonna go. It's gonna be a bloodbath. He also only wants Soldier Boy to minimize casualties, but he manages to run into A-Train at this party, and I felt like, okay, we get a resolution to an ongoing thing from season 1 that I didn't really expect. Huey has confidence now because he's got powers. He's like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I want an apology right now, or I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to fight you. Surprisingly, A-Train, instead of, buffing up and them starting fighting, he actually does apologize. He catches him, I guess, at the right time because A-Train's brother, has been permanently paralyzed from last episode. Now, this is because I watched The Boys with my girl, multiple times, and this is the one thing that The Boys miss. They never miss on anything. So it's either a conspiracy theory that maybe his brother got hurt through some other means as a way to put into action some of these things happening, or they just kind of fucked up on the filming, because I rewound it multiple times when Blue Hawk gets all pissed at this gathering, and he's like knocking people. His brother is never in frame and never in danger. In fact, he gets out of danger if you look at the frame. But then all of a sudden, you turn the camera and you see all of the things that Blue Hawk is doing. And there's no fucking way his brother was paralyzed. So either they filmed it in a messed up way. They could have easily had his brother character be the one that gets slammed into the sign. Because at one point somebody, and yeah, he's paralyzed. I would have totally got it. And it would have. So that was a one misstep that's so rare for The Boys, and I wonder if they're gonna do something in the future, right? Like, I don't know, Black Noir secretly did it, or I don't know. We'll have to see if that was just a mess up. Go back and watch it in episode 5, the actual thing. I know it's such a small nitpick, but everything else,
I think that's pretty big. If you didn't get hit,
it is big, right?
Someone got thrown into him, maybe. I don't know.
They're dry because they need a way to drive the A-Train plot,
Yeah.
and I hope we're going somewhere with this, because eventually A-Train sees Blue Hawk at the party, and he's fucking had enough. I didn't think that A-Train would really use his powers again. A-Train does have some amount of super strength.
All soups are strong.
Exactly. Choke out Blue Hawk and then fucking run his ass. Yeah, the kind of stuff that you would never see in DC Comics.
Oh, no.
But would be realistic if Flash actually took your motherfucking ass and dragged you for miles. His body.
You wouldn't even have to drag you, just the friction itself. You are dead. If Flash runs you anywhere and you're not in a weird suit, you are fucking dead.
So Blue Hawk, he's fucking dead. But in doing so, because they said if you do it one more time, your heart might go out, it looks like A-Train's heart goes out. Yeah. So we're going to see, is he dead at the end of the episode? Like I said, this episode's so momentous, so many things and implications for the future. Is A-Train going to be revived and have a new lease on life and join the boys? Or is he just lost forever and he's going to join Homeland? Or is he fucking dead right now? I don't think so, because they're trying to set this thing up. In fact, he even has a scene with Ashley where they go ahead with this Africa, TV show, and she's like, "Oh God, this people are gonna see right through this." And he comes in and he's asking, for this and that, and Ashley just says, he's like, "We gotta get Blue Hawk. He did this to me and my family and my brother." And she's like, "Fuck off." She finally has enough to take agency for herself, and to she's getting courage, because we saw her almost get courage to go against Homelander, but then say, no, fuck that. I want to be CEO. I'm going to protect my power. But here, she has the courage to just tell this soup, like, you care now when it's affecting you, your brother. You realize how many people you murdered, and I have to fucking cover it up for you every time. So that was a really cool scene. I was like, all right, Ashley is contributing here and doing a lot of good stuff. So, but HEROGASM. Now, you guys haven't seen the comics. I had because I went and looked at it. I was like, what are they about to do? You know, because I need to know. What did you think of it, Alex? Was it was it too much, over the top?
So I mean, like, there's a lot of really serious criticisms for like the source material, right? Like is constantly nursing from his mother because he has V poisoning, and so he's constantly drinking breast milk. That's why his name is Mother's Milk, and that's like his story. Like, there's things that just got removed because they're kind of weird, and they're just like
I did not know that.
That's why and then he doesn't get it mailed to him. He goes to the source, apparently, according to what people were telling me.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of shocking things that they were doing almost for the sake of shocking.
comic,
that they really have brought it down to the point where it's shock for effect, not for for shock's sake. And this is definitely towards the, we are at the goddamn line.
Yeah.
Nothing here was, I don't think, over the top for me. It's not tastefully. It's not tastefully. I mean, MM did get blasted with like 5 gallons of cum.
I thought that was funny, though.
I thought that
it's
was
like,
funny.
but it's like
there was nothing that crossed the line for me
No.
that it's like, no, I cannot support the show anymore, or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
so nothing about it was troubling. I don't think it really.
And there's bestiality, but that's just they played for a joke.
Yeah,
with fucking,
but it's happened before, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's talked about like screwing a dolphin and a bunch of other things. So I mean, it doesn't cross any of the lines for me. I don't think that the show necessarily benefited from a lot of it. They probably could have toned it down. I don't care. Like, this is something
That was
that
fine.
if they're like, would you tone it down? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they used it in an appropriate way to get at the fulcrum point of everybody to come together and figure out things, and a lot of resolutions all at once. And we even get a resolution of that termite dude, the Atom guy that goes up and down, and he
Your favorite guy?
sides. Yeah, he's in some girl's pussy or something, and then he gets
Well,
large
maybe.
and or whatever. What?
Maybe.
It
It
and
could just
then
been
all
lubed up.
The lube gets thrown, or the girl's
Whatever it
fluids
is.
gets all over MM. That's before he gets blasted on. Johnny Depp style in what is it, Friday the 13th or whatever? But then there was a parody of that. Was it Scary Movie?
Scary Movie.
Anyways, so that little dude gets his comeuppance because he's killed people before. Got it, and then Homelander basically steps
He's
on
like,
him.
help me.
Squeesh.
So that guy's dead. But then we get sort of the ultimate scene here. After Soldier Boy goes all atomic on the twins and takes out a bunch of the soups. I think they said there's like 12 dead soups and some more sex workers and stuff. Homelander comes and, he sees Butcher with Soldier Boy. And then we get a fucking fight here. And it's, Butcher gets taken out real easy by Homelander so that we can get a mano-a-mano fight. And this is what I wanted to see. And I was worried that they would not pay it off, right? I'm always worried about, we don't have the budget, or let's save it, let's savor it, let's save it for season 2 or 5, or season 4 or 5. But no, these two come to blows. He's basically, so that's Soldier Boy. I used to watch all your movies. I used to look up so much to you. And he's like, but I'm your replacement. I'm your upgrade.
Yeah.
He's like, little kid, you're wearing a cape. It's like, oh, let's
No
go.
capes.
No capes.
And he does use that cape effectively as a tool to fucking pull him out of the air and shit. Anyways, so they have a fight, and as they're fighting, the aftermath of the explosion is still going on. You get Mother's Milk and who is it?
With Starlight?
Yeah, realizing that, like, look, we got to get out of here.
We gotta go help
because Mother's
people.
Milk still wants to pick up his fucking 9mm as if he's gonna fucking do anything.
Piss him off.
Yeah, and just piss him off. So she manages to get him out of there while the fight happens. So they cut away from it a few times, but I think it's satisfying enough. It was filmed well enough. I liked it. Soldier Boy has the upper hand, surprises Homelander. Eventually, Homelander one-on-one, we see, can take Soldier Boy.
Maybe he just came. He's in this refractory period,
Gotcha.
right? And like you have an
Yeah.
explosion that big, you need
True.
What we're older now. He's an old man. He probably
He's
needs
a
20,
recharge.
25 minutes to
Did
get back
not
to.
expect. And that's one of those things when you're at equal power, if you don't expect something and then boom, it's done. Yeah, you could have won if you do it again in a different way. You might have been the winner. But here, Soldier Boy's about to lose. He's Homelander's got him in a chokehold. Thankfully, of course, Butcher took V. Of course, he's going to use his gold laser eyes. We've seen in all the promos the red laser eyes and the gold laser eyes on Amazon, and that actually happens as well as they fire lasers.
Homelander's lasers didn't look very good in one scene. There's one scene where they Butcher's looked amazing, like they had really done it, but they're like wide, like almost like ribbons coming out of his eyes. It's like I don't know.
I didn't notice that.
That don't look very good.
I didn't notice that. But yeah, so they have a fight, and then combined, they're even doing combined maneuvers. They both punch the wall together, Soldier Boy and Butcher. I'm like, that's fucking sweet.
He tries to take off. They grab him by his cake.
like,
Yoink his
nope,
ass
yeah,
back
fuck
down
down
to there.
here.
Loved
It
it.
was
I was
great.
like, holy shit, I was so into it. And then out of nowhere, Huey comes. Huey comes up in here, and he adds the power. So you have got the combined power of V-Dub Huey, V-Dub Butcher, and Soldier Boy. And all three of them do manage to get Homelander in a compromised position. Now, why it's taking Soldier Boy so long to fucking fire
Alex
it up?
just
refractory
explained it.
period.
Gotcha. After you
explained
come,
it.
you can't do it
You
in
need some
second.
time.
You need
It
a
was-
little bit
it
of
was
time.
coughing.
Don't
It was
touch
like,
me.
yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
touch me.
It's a little harder to do it, and they're like, "Come on, guys, do it!" And he's like, "No."
like, I'm
And,
trying.
You know,
He had a lot of whiskey earlier. It takes a little while, you know.
Homelander eventually gets enough power to he realized, I need to fucking get out of here. I've lost, and it's crazy. Homelander has lost his first fight. This is going to fuck with his head, actually losing in this battle and coming this close. Though I do wish, so he actually flies up and out of there. Eventually, later on, as they're showing the aftermath, he's looking in the mirror, and you can see a small bruise. But boy, I wish there was blood. I wish he was fucking
bad.
pissed, just looking in it. That would have been so much more visceral and dangerous to see, like Homelander, on the fucking edge. He's lost everything. He's in a compromised position. He just got his ass kicked. That's fucking it. You know what I mean? I hope we get something but no, it's all played. He's
But from his perspective, that's
kinda
the
just
first
dead
thing
eyes and small little bruise.
That's the first thing he's ever gotten in his entire life. He's never
know.
been bruised. He's never been
I know.
scraped or scratched.
I just wanted
like,
to be a little more visceral.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, for me, it makes sense because that's monumental to him. It's just like,
Sure.
holy shit, I have been scratched.
Yeah.
I've never been scratched ever.
Yeah, but
So-
his reaction is just the way that it's directed is just
Just want a little
stone
bit more.
faced.
Yeah.
I wanted a little more intensity. But we have 2 episodes left, so
Oh, yeah.
we got plenty of time for that. So yeah, just overall fantastic episode. Not a single problem with it. Super satisfied. I mean, as far as the HEROGASM, though, I watched a bunch of interviews where they were building up HEROGASM.
Yeah.
So in a sense, for me, HEROGASM is kind of a disappointment to that, but I don't give a shit because something way better than that was waiting for me in the episode. This big battle, multiple resolutions to subplots, and essentially their turning point in the Boys series where Homelander, all bets are off from this point forward. Because the very last scene, Starlight, and this was hinted at when she has a conversation with Nadia. I'm not sure what Nadia wanted her to do here. Do you remember that scene? She's asking,
She's
to
like,
ally
wanted-
with
You
her.
have 200
Her
million
platform.
followers. You're going to help me pass my education bill.
And just more political power and stuff. And she's, you know what? I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fucking done, she says. And then when this HEROGASM thing happens and she sees more dead people, she actually takes the moment to create the break. And she does on all of her Instagram followers. So there's like 12 million watchers, 16 million. This is going to spread like wildfire. She both implicates Soldier Boy and Homelander as the culprits of not only this atrocity but other atrocities.
That
And
he's
she
not
just
under control, and
Yep.
she quit.
she quit. She's no longer Starlight. She says she's Annie.
June.
Any January.
January. One of those.
June right now, Joe.
June.
Any January. And
One of those.
yeah, and she says basically what the boys have always believed in, that most heroes don't care about you. They care about their image, their feelings, their vanity, and they put it out in public. And we're going to see exactly how this fucking culminates. 2 episodes left. How do you guys think noir is gonna factor in?
Well, we don't like noir is like potentially red herring, right? Like you
Yeah.
don't know why he can take his chip out to run, which I think is less likely than him taking his chip out to for the
he's doing something.
strategic advantage, right? Like
Right.
him being away from Homelander. He's not necessarily against Homelander, but it's like he doesn't want to be found. He can go off and do his own shit and prep. If he's the
Is he working for
Vought.
what's the guy's name that leads Vought?
Edgar,
Yeah, Edgar. He's working for Edgar. There's something going on there. Edgar still, I think he's still got
Pulling
power,
strings.
doing something behind the
Yeah.
scenes. Exactly, yeah, pulling strings.
yeah, I think he's the status quo. He's going to make sure that Vought stays Vought, and that's what's going to happen. And it doesn't matter who's at the other end. So
We're going to see. So the next 2 episodes, July 1st and July 8th. The next one is called Here Comes a Candle to Light You to Bed. And then the final episode, The Instant White Hot Wild. I cannot wait for these because these have been absolutely amazing. HEROGASM, directed by Nelson Cragg, who also directed the last one. It looks like the directors are getting 2 episodes each. 1 and 2 was Phil. 3 and 4 was Julian Holmes. 5 and 6 here, Nelson. And it's to be announced who's doing the last 2. Hopefully they do as good of a job as what we've had here. And like I said, whereas in some of these other streaming services series that we've seen, Obi-Wan and Picard, each episode is written by a different person. And here, that remains true, but yet everything is holding together. Everything feels like it fits. All the characters are written excellently.
Yeah.
The only person who's actually directed to or written to was David Reed, who is he wrote the 2nd episode, and he's going to write the very last episode. Other than that, it was all different people. So just great talent assembled here at The Boys for Amazon.
Yep.
And did you guys see a lot of the controversy? There's some controversy that, a lot of people were like, this fucking show, I hate it now. Why do they got to bring politics into The Boys?
well, just look, it's really hard when you realize it's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
and
he's
you're like,
why
wait
do
a
you got to make this
minute.
guy like Donald Trump?
It's like it was
He's
He's
a demagogue.
you poor soul. We can't.
to
explain
take.
it.
Like,
yeah.
Just
how did you not?
Well,
know
I can
that from the
explain it to
Continue
you,
to
but I
watch.
can't understand it for
Just
you.
continue to watch. You know you like it still, but those people are like, "Oh, fuck this shit. This has gone woke. It's gone political.
It's been
there the whole
No.
fucking time, you idiot, and you know you're still gonna watch it. Shut the fuck up." Anyways, really liking The Boys, and it's been going very well. So hopefully that continues as we go into the last 2 episodes. Let's keep this momentum, and that's it, guys.
No,
Final verdicts.
All
Let's
right.
do final verdicts.
Can't believe it.
Final verdicts. This is gonna be a 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh, because in
Great-
my mind it was already.
No, it's already a 10, man. It has great writing.
sir.
It's filmed amazing.
Yes.
The actors are doing a great job. The intensity is really ramped up. I love the direction this is going. Like Homelander really has his back against the wall now that everything's out in the open and people really found out what's really going on in Vought. So we'll see how that plays in the next episode. This
Yeah.
is fucking intense.
I'm at a 9 or a 10, and I don't know which is the. I have issues with MM in this episode. I think he's got some weird conversations with Butcher that, like, the motivations, like them just standing silently when there needs to be something said between the 2 of them, and they're
You
like,
see with the
we're not
eyes.
going to because we need to resolve this later. It's like there's some awkwardness in MM's writing. There's some awkwardness in Huey and Annie's discussions that it's just kind of. It's like we need to move this. We need to move this thing
Thank you for
on.
bringing that up. Let's talk about that real quick. I wrote it down. I was like, how is it that Starlight, who's been so understanding of Huey, suddenly has no empathy
Yeah.
for Huey's inadequacy feeling, right? Because she can't understand. That's just come on.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
taking drugs.
It
now.
feels like forced drama that we have between Starlight and Huey,
Yeah.
between Butcher and and then there's just like, and then and like
I
wanting
can
to pull
understand
pull
I feel like the Butcher thing makes more sense. He's like, why can you go after fucking Homelander and I can't have Soldier Boy?
Well, Homelander stands there when the answer is, well, because we need this guy to kill this guy, and then we can kill this guy.
Yep.
You
Shut
cunt.
up. Shut up, Yeah, but for him it's
that's how a Butcher
personal,
would
and
say,
it's
right?
like, no, I want to kill him.
I get that,
Yeah.
but it's like it
No, I
totally
got
makes
you.
sense. Like people
Sure.
are allowed to be in all stories. People can be illogical and emotional, totally fine.
Yeah.
But when there is an adult in the room, Butcher, and the adult doesn't say anything for the purpose of for a driving plot or creating drama where there doesn't necessarily need to be one,
Right.
then it bothers me a little bit.
It does.
Now, I'm talking about the difference between is this a legendary episode
Sure.
or a really, really fucking good episode? And I think this is a really fucking good episode. I think this is a 9 out of 10, one of the best. But for me, this will not be one of the ones that's like, this is the greatest one. You know, it's not legendary. It's just really amazing.
I also think I do think it's legendary, so I'm gonna go 10 out of 10. This is one that I would rewatch.
Yeah.
I'd probably kind of fast forward through some of the sex scenes to get to the fucking fight and get to that culmination of some of this plot line. But yeah, it is solid, and I fucking love the way the series is going. This is one of my favorite series, and I just really, really like it, you know, and I don't want to mention any negative things like, you know, hope this doesn't go the way of Game of Thrones and all these other things, because I've been hurt in the past, and I don't want the boys to hurt me.
Is it a legendary episode if you have to fast forward through some parts, though?
Okay, well, you got a good point. But it's like, that's for me,
not
it's like
that
the joke.
bad.
The joke is one time. I don't need the joke multiple times. I don't need to see fucking mother's milk getting covered in cum. I don't need to see the pussy juices everywhere, even though I still think it was outrageous and effective that first time. So anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. We will see you on the next Angry Joe show. Bye, guys.